Well, everybody, I do want to get right down to business tonight because we have a lot to do. First and foremost, as you can see, the first major patch for CFB has come out. Yes, for people that are watching this in like 2027 on YouTube, yeah, this is around the time of the first patch. So there's that. I am aware of what they've changed, whether it be certain things that don't take effect, like playbook changes unless we start a new save, which, yeah, we're not fucking doing that. Or, of course, other good things that they have changed in terms of stats, stuff like that. I'm also aware of the negative aspects of this patch out of the gates, which includes not being able to edit positions for freshmen, which is going to be interesting. That hasn't been patched as of this moment, as far as I know. And, of course, not being able to change playbooks or anything like that from one screen. You can still do it from another. So it'll be interesting to see how all of that works out, right? Yeah, so do not, currently under any circumstances, go into this screen and change your playbook. It will alter the overalls of your team. It'll fuck a lot of things up. If you're going to change playbook, do it from edit coach. Do not do it from this. It will create big, big troubles. And yes, position changes for freshmen are currently bugged. Unfortunately. Oh, Crash, what did you do? You know, honestly, yeah. Fair, Crash. Fair. It does make sense to have that, doesn't it? Fair enough. I'll add that here really quickly. So yeah. I'm intrigued, right? They've changed a lot about the game in regards to the bracket screen, which we'll check in a second. The way generated stats work has supposedly changed as well, so we'll see all the fun stuff that this game has to offer in a short amount of time. We will get there. Just give me uno momento. Uno momento. And we'll do what we gotta do here. Alright. It's kind of a biggie, use a year development franchise. So you won't lose a year of development necessarily, because I don't really think you get the off-season training development from the freshmen anyway. And you can change them after the first year. So it's not super game breaking. It's a pain in the ass, but it's not so game breaking that I'm like, I can't touch this game until they fix it. So, which, let's be honest, I'm a glutton for punishment anyway. I'm a glutton in general, and I am definitely a glutton for punishment for the fact that I play this game on a nightly basis, and this team hates me. Absolutely hates me. Again, we started off our season this year at 8-1 and lost our final 3 regular season games and our bowl game to North Texas. What happens to athletes? I'm pretty sure it just auto-assigns them to their best position, which is fine, you know? Pretty sure, at least. I haven't seen anything that says otherwise, so. But we're leaving all this behind. All the negativity, all the disappointment from last night. We march on. We move forward. We do need to take a look at that brand new bracket screen. Look at it. I gotta be honest, it's fine. I don't get the people who are like, oh my god, big dub. This is so much... Is it that much better than the other one? It's fine. I didn't think the other one was bad. One of the brackets of all time, right? So I didn't think that bracket screen was a problem before, but whatever. This is what it looks like now. Cool, it gives us the same info. I honestly kind of like the other one more. It's just a more traditional look. But in the playoffs this year, we've had Jack State beat K-State, which is nuts. They'll take on Troy. For the love of God, Troy might do the thing again. Ole Miss over App State, they'll play ASU. Wisconsin over Penn State, they'll play Louisiana. And Washington over Boston College, they'll play Texas Tech. So we'll see just how different the playoffs end up being now in subsequent seasons. With the changes they made to the rankings and stuff like that. So, again, our season is done. 8-5, still a successful season in terms of win-loss record. But overall, disappointing. We didn't get promoted. We didn't win a bowl game. It's quite frustrating. Let's take a look at the updated bracket after that week. Crystal Pepsi, what's going on, by the way? Jacksonville State over Troy, Arizona State over Ole Miss, Wisconsin over Louisiana, and Washington over Texas Tech. Jacksonville State, Arizona State, Wisconsin, and Washington, the final four. Wisconsin are the defending national champions as well, if I'm not mistaken. Chooses Ball State, gets kicked in the balls. Shocked Pikachu face. Well, look, I think we have a gift for that somewhere. I don't know if that's changed. I don't think it's processed yet. But anyway, let's find out who will be playing for the national title as we get safety Nick Cummins out of Dallas, Texas. Welcome in, Nick. There it is, Crash. There it is. Didn't get locked out for anybody, so that's not bad. Our coach prestige isn't great. If we lose, can't feel my legs, boss. That's going to suck. We lost a good offensive lineman last year. It is Washington against Jacksonville State for the national title. Jesus Christ. All right. So we've seen Troy make the final. We've seen Jack State make the final. Of course, we know Washington's good. They kicked the crap out of us last year. And honestly, Jacksonville State's not that bad. They're pretty solid. They are pretty solid. I mean, they're only a 76 overall. But that's a decent team. Yes, Washington beat us 55-0 in last year's bowl game. We got massacred. Absolutely massacred. Washington is definitely the favorite. Definitely the favorite. And of course, one of the new things, they changed the little purple indicator on the player cards now to identify platinum abilities, which is nice. Very nice. So Washington, definitely the favorites to win this national title. Let's see if they will once again slam their Penix in the car door. Our pro potential is up to a B. Coach stability is a B+. Prestige a B-. Okay. We got some improvements that'll actually be quite helpful. The Washington Huskies. So the overtime glitch is still there. But the Washington Huskies are national champions in 2031. There you go. 38-14 over Jacksonville State. They go through Boston College, Texas Tech, Wisconsin, and Jax State. Oh, there it is. Washington Huskies, national champions. Good for them. All right. Well, let's get some optimism back. Let's hope things go well for us here. We know we're going to lose quite a few players to graduation. On the offensive side of things, we are losing Hedda Lettuce, who had platinum quick drop. Harvey Sandy, our fullback. Touchdown, Judas had a really good senior year. Cankles me, Cankles you is way too inconsistent. Quincy Doucette and Bad Dude Corn Pop, both of whom we changed from defensive line over to the offense for the depth. On defense, we lose Terror in Your Face, who is projected to go pro. Peg Leg, oh my god, all of the platinums. Jesus Christ. We also lose Snack Harlow, Heineken Blitzkrieg, My Mom Signed Me Up, and Amani Tahada. He was a transfer last year. I sat him out, so hopefully he's still actually here, and that's still the glitch. Not that I want the glitch to still be in, but he shouldn't have been eligible to play this year. So that's really bizarre. But we'll see. We'll see. Draft results. Do we have good news? We do. Terror in Your Face was a 5th round pick, so that certainly helps our pro potential. But here we go. It has been a weird year for us recruitment-wise. And we are going to see who is left on the board for us to approach. We have 13 recruits already. And room to lock down even more. These are all of the defensive 2-stars that are left from the board. Let's take a look at the portal here. What do we have portal-wise? Quarterbacks. Nobody. Running backs. We have Kyle Wilbur and Mateo Ordonez. Okay. Fullbacks. Nobody interested. Couple of wideouts on the list. A tight end that's on the list. When are you allowed to upgrade skills? Whenever we get a promotion. So we are currently waiting. We've been waiting for multiple seasons to be able to use those coach coins. And we still can't. Alright, so we got all these dudes on the board. And then these guys. So, Wilbur. Junior Juco. How good are you? How good are you? 88 agility, 83 change of direction. Gold fan favorite. 91 speed. Yep. Scholarship for you. Mr. Ordonez. 89 speed. All I need to see. Scholarship for you. Troy Pratt at wideout. 91 speed. That's all I need to see. You know what? Let's just save the points. Every single one of these guys will go for. After the choke drop from last season, I'm surprised everyone didn't get cut. Well, hey, give it time. There's still an opportunity there, you know? Alright, so what we're going to want to do is optimize this as best we can. If we go hard sell, I don't have enough to sell this guy on, so let's do 25, because I want to make sure we can schedule some visits. Mr. Amato, can I hard sell you on anything? No. So 25 points. Dion Abraham, can I hard sell you on anything? No, because your interests don't line up with what we can offer. Ben Wiseman. Nope. 25 points it is. John Ezukanma. Nope. 25 points. Joey Portilla. 25 points. I'm noticing a theme here. Bart Ahmad. Nope. Alright, so all these guys are pretty much going to end up on 25 points. Hard sell. Nope. I need to start swaying some opinions. I don't know if we have time, is the problem. I don't know if we have time. There are still plenty of 2-stars on both the prospect list and the portal that we can go after. Started the Dynasty today with the same house rules as you with Montana State. Base game is too easy to get a challenge. I wish you better luck than what I've had. Again, base game, always going to be fun. Is it the most challenging? No. Like, house rules, that's where it's at. Find out the hard sells should only be used if you're in danger of losing a player. Yeah. I mean, but you can, you know, if you get the maximum influence return, it can be worth it. You know, you'll still get more than the 50. Or what the 50 of Send the House would get you. My offers and our selling point. Okay, there we go. Like, none of my selling points line up. Aside from this guy, because of proximity to home. Nothing lines up with what these guys are interested in. We're just dishing out 25 points left and right. And then all of these guys at the bottom are new. Their portal looks. So, prospect list, we're going defense heavy. Portal, we're going offense heavy. And if we bring in 35 players this year, so be it. No big deal. And if we start to lose people, we'll have plenty of points to battle. So, in terms of interest status, let's get Castaneda in here as soon as possible. Do the stars in the portal reference actual overalls that the people are? Or is it the yes, it's the well, it doesn't show you overall, but it shows you how good they actually are, you know? Can't really pitch this guy on much. Coach Prestige. And what about a motto? Can I sell you on? Nothing. What can I sell Abraham on? Go Coach Prestige again. It's not the highest ranking. It's a B-, but about the best we can do. And then Castaneda. Put some extra points on you and some extra points on Amato for week 1. Alright, so let's get the same amount of influence to send the house for cheaper, but I found out you need 33 checks for 2 max. Yeah, but it can still technically save you points in the long run. It depends on what the status of the player is, right? We do, in fact, land the 2-star safety out of Houston, Josh Castaneda. We also land corner Ben Wiseman out of Glendale. Corner John Ezukanma out of Brentwood, Tennessee. And we do lose quite a few players off of our list for this week. That's okay, though. We got a lot more. If we were going to lose people, that was the week to have us lose people. Because now we'll be able to put up a much better fight for the people that are left. Both on our board already and the guys that we're going to be adding. Freaking Georgia State took away 2 of them, so we'll be seeing Bart Ahmad and Jeff Parker sooner rather than later. How do you treat the transfers? Yes, still only 2 stars only. 2 or 1, but for the most part, obviously, like I aim for 2-star players. Only time I aim for 1 star is a team need if we're not going to be able to fill it with a 2-star. All right, it's 29. Let's go back to the portal. And last thing that we looked at was around defensive tackles or linebackers. Who's left on the portal that we might be able to get? All right, doesn't look like anybody. So, we can either go for any 2 stars that are still left on the prospect board or 1 stars out of the transfer portal, but I don't even know if any of them are interested. Yeah, no one's interested anyway, so that makes the decision quite easy. So who is left that we haven't looked at yet? I don't know when my freaking actual partner anniversary was on Twitch because it won't tell me. It's just like, hey, partner anniversary. Cool, when was it? We don't know. But I guess it happened. All right, so we got a dude, Trevor Reinbolt. That's a great name. We're going to focus primarily on defense here. Anybody that's left, we'll add to our board here. I mean, yes, we need offensive weapons as well, but we already have brought in a couple of players. It's been a very defensive year for us. For that reason. Oh, for that reason. I focus on offense. Then again, running backs and wideouts are always the last ones left. So, you know, I think we'll be okay. We'll be all right. And if that means we just end up bringing in a crap load of offensive players next year, then hey, so be it. All right. Let's see. Larry Cantrell, get you that scholarship offer. And then this guy's a junior JUCO, but hey, I'll still take him. Hopefully he's at peace. So that leaves us a little bit of time. Status, interest status. Amato. Was there anything to sell you on? No. Abraham, we already scheduled a visit. Nick Nicewanger. At least that better be how you say his name. Schedule a visit on Coach Prestige. How many licks does it take to get the center of the clock? How quick does it take to throw a rock at that owl? Not for animal abuse, but that owl has it coming. Sell that guy on. Matt Cole. Coach Prestige is like the only thing I have. This is nuts. Pippin. Hey, finally, a proximity to home. And then Derek Tosher. Coach Prestige. That leaves us with 20 points. So the dude at the top can get 10, and Abraham can get 10. There we go. I do feel like I'm speccing a little bit too heavy into defense, but honestly, it is what it is. We got safety Joel Amato out of Midlothian, Texas. Safety Dion Abraham out of Severn, Maryland. And we get locked out for a couple of other people, including Trevor Reinbolt. That's okay. Still got 2 weeks left here to do some damage. Bring in the recruits that will hopefully finally get us over the edge here. Get us to where we want to be. All right, and everybody else is good. Did we get promoted? Nope. We were 8-1 and lost our last 4 games of the year. So very much not promoted. We choked again. I think we should start looking for some offense here. Let's see, 2 defensive tackles. How many defensive ends? 2. You know what? Screw it. Let's just wrap up the defense here. Why not? And then if we have space, we'll go for some offensive players in the final week. Do what we gotta do. Do what we gotta do. Mr. Sam Besser, what's happening? Carlos Cotrera and Mr. Bloomberg. Blumberg, that is. Again, we'll go for visits. Sam, I'm doing pretty good, man. No complaints. No complaints. Actually, let's do ready for visit. Only got the 4. Trevor Gainwell. Can't sell him on anything. Kyle Wilbur. Can sell him on championship contender. Okay. Mateo Ordonez. I'm going to pretend you're the son of Maglio. Sell you on Coach Prestige and Troy Pratt. Week 4 visit. Sell you on proximity to home. All right, so back to general interest. We got 170 points. Let's put more points on the guys that we're in first place for. We'll max out the guys at the top. I'm not going to worry about pitches or anything like that because I don't think most of them we can do anything. I just hear you say the team started 8-1 and ended up losing 4 in a row. Yes. Yep. We missed out on promotion and we lost our bowl game to end the year. That is what happened. Brand new low for the boys of Ball State. It's going to be, I believe, season 5 now. In this fucking 10th tier. That we just cannot escape. The fucking grip of Hades keeping us down. Alright, there we go. We head to the final week of recruiting. Shout out to Canadian Geek. Crash, thank you for following on your alt account. Canadian, welcome in, by the way. Good to have you here. Markale Medley out of East Lansing is here. As is other linebacker Tyler Pippin of Pickerington, Ohio. Another linebacker, Derek Tosher out of Towson, Maryland. Towson, Maryland. Isn't that where Michael Phelps is from? I know that's random as hell, but hold on. Isn't that where Michael Phelps is from? Okay, it says Baltimore. I could have sworn. Oh my god. Like, I'm not okay in the head to know that Michael Phelps is from that town. Sorry, everybody. Sorry. I'm weird. What can I say? All right, we're looking good for a lot of recruits still. A few more have locked us out this week. So we'll have one last chance. I got my ass beaten. What did you do? How did you end up in the circuit? How did you know this fact? I've watched a decent amount of Olympic coverage lately, and they show Michael Phelps all the time. Why is that in your long-term? Well, more short-term memory than long-term memory this time. But still, like... I don't know why. I don't know why. Let's see, we got 21 recruits. The vast majority are on defense. Okay, let's look at running backs, wideouts. We do need a fullback. I was at a Roosters in Pickerington, Ohio, and a dude decided he didn't like abs in the bathroom. You know? Fair enough. Well, we're not getting any 2-star fullbacks. What are our team needs? I feel like that should really dictate what else we go for here. So it says we need 3 quarterbacks, which I think was a lie based on red shirts, but we'll say a quarterback, we'll say a running back. We apparently signed a fullback. I don't even recall that. Apparently 2 wideouts. Apparently a tight end. 8, 9, 10, 11. Jesus Christ. Apparently I need all the O-line help in the world. I don't know when that happened. And then defensively, we apparently need a defensive end. I apparently still need 7 linebackers. There's no way this is correct. And then we have all the members of the secondary in the world. We have 10 signed. We needed 3, so that'll help cover the linebackers and defensive ends. Okay. All right. Well, what's left for linemen then? What's left at linemen? We got 2 centers, numerous guards, no tackles. Right. This guy has an offer from somebody already, so we'll avoid him and add 2 centers. You've needed 7 linebackers for the past 5 years. Correct. That is somehow correct. All right. Well, I'm a little bit worried that we might end up with too few offensive players now this year, but you know what? We'll deal with it. We'll find a way. We will find a way. There's no guarantees that we get everybody that's listed here anyway. Gainwell, there was nothing we could sell him on for a visit. So, we sort by interest. Who's at the top? Old Nicewanger's maxed out. Gainwell, Cole, Dwayne Ricks. Let's get you on a maximum amount of points. CJ Genus. What a name for CJ Genus. We also have Josh Branham. You on to the max points. I know you're a junior JUCO, or yeah, that's fine. Kyle Wilbur. Let's get you on to max points. Don't worry about the cells or anything right now. I don't think we know enough about these guys anyway. 50 on O-line. I'm tempted, but I have a hunch that our O-line count actually isn't that bad. And if it is, we're going to have plenty of defensive linemen that we can move to the O-line and then use the training points on them. So, but then again, who knows? Maybe this glitch of not being able... Why are you going after more corners? Because I want to. I want people that can fucking play defense. I'm hedging my bets because we didn't have time to scout anybody this year. What NHLer had the most overrated career? Jonathan Taves. Alright. Should be good to go. Alright, let's see what happens here. I can't move freshmen, but I can move other people around. We get Nicewanger. Welcome in, Nick. Out of Danville. Trevor Gainwell, another linebacker. Matt Cole, another linebacker. Josh Branham, another linebacker. Defensive tackle, Leati Kafusi. Right guard, Quan Horn. We'll see how many others we landed that it might not have told us about. There's We're up to 50 coach coins now that I still can't spend. So how many dudes are off the board? We didn't get Leighton, didn't get Witzman, Podlesny didn't answer us, and Jones. I think we ended up with 30 recruits this year. Oh, never mind. Pratt's on Jack State, so 29. Looks like 29 recruits this year, which was needed. Again, I didn't have the opportunity to scout anybody. So we got to hope for some luck here. We start off with quarterback Shakir Kalu. Normal dev for the 2-star athlete. What about the 1-star Kyle Granger? Also normal dev. Sweet. Running back, normal dev for Thomas Silas. He was a 1-star, so that didn't help. The fullback we got, normal dev. I said we needed bodies. That's what we've gotten here. Not a single wideout. And 2 normal dev tight ends. Oh boy. At guard, Quan Horn, normal dev. Defensive tackle, 2 more normal devs. Linebacker, impact dev for the 1-star Jem Vondry Keogh. Normal. God. What about in the middle? Nice wanger, normal dev. Corners, impact dev for Nick Speaks. Impact dev for John Ezukanma. Got done watching the Thrashers on 2K. It's fun time. And impact dev for CJ Genus. At safety, a bunch of normal devs. Okay. Well, we did in fact bring in a lot of defenders, which is okay. Top class wise, Tennessee, the #1 in the country. Yeah, Wisconsin, Miami, Florida, and Alabama, rounding up the top 5. We were, again, not in the bottom parts, the dead bottom part. But because of the amount of recruits, we're up to 107. So by the definition of top class, that was our best recruitment class yet. How do you feel about scouting and recruiting sharing hours? I'm fine with it. That's how it always worked. So, no big deal. So again, right now, there is a glitch where it will not show us freshmen for position changes. They have already said they're planning on fixing that. For now, it just kind of is what it is, except I don't remember everybody that we brought in. I just know that there's a shitload of other people. So the play is for us to just go through, optimize based on who we have right now, and figure out the rest later. The good news is I always redshirt my freshmen anyway. So quarterbacks. We're not going to move the punter. All those guys at the top are quarterbacks, so that's not too bad. Doofenshmirtz going to be a senior. We actually have 3 senior QBs this upcoming year. That's going to be interesting. At running back, we have these 4 at the moment. Can anybody catch a football? Yes. So John Dog Katzman, we can move you to wideout for the moment. And was it Setaguchi who could also catch? Yes, 81 catching. So let's move him over to wideout. We'll see who ends up at running back. We know that we had a freshman fullback, so that's fine. Wideouts. Because of the speed ratings we have here, certain players are going to be able to be moved over to running back because we want that more elite speed at wideout. Granted, Mr. Brightside cannot catch, at least in traffic. His outright catch rating is all right. 84 speed, 71 catching. Yeah, you know, so old Beef Blast Body. Gonna move him to running back. And we are also going to move Carl Weezer Blue Album. That's sub 85 speed over to running back. So that at least gives us some better options than at wideout. Everyone can at least kind of sort of catch a football. You could argue a million bugs with 71 catching. See if moving him to running back will give him a better opportunity. Because he's not going to play based on who we have. So that at least gives us some options at running back. Tight end wise, we brought in at least 1, so we're fine there. The O-line will be interesting because I don't have a full look at our numbers right now. That is a bit of a pain in the ass, but it is what it is. So when it comes to... When it comes to setting this up, I sure am, Terry. I sure am. You never said anything about practice. Bitch, I don't need to practice. You guys practice getting your striker the ball, and he'll score goals. That's all you got to do. I don't need no practice. Brought in a total of 6. Yeah, I mean, we brought in so many goddamn safeties and so many corners and linebackers. I don't know what the hell we're going to look like here. To be honest, this is going to be a bit weird. Playing with a few legit guys. I'm the most legit. Terry, I'm not switching. I'm not switching. I'll just tell you that out of the gates. All right, so Amani Tahada indeed didn't actually graduate, which is good. Shout out to Succulent Chinese Meal, who can't play man or zone. That sucks. You know, it does kind of suck not having the full outlook of what your team actually looks like. That does actually kind of suck a little bit. Shit. Okay. Well, I'm going to do what I normally do. We'll just pretend those guys don't exist. They will all just kind of be a bonus to what we have going on. And we'll figure it out from there. Is pretty much all I can do. Let's do our best here to actually try and get this team established. It's just going to be very weird because we're going to have a bunch of players out of nowhere that pop up, but is what it is. This is basically our roster, though, right? Because, again, we don't really play freshmen anyway. So, hopefully it doesn't cause an issue with the renamings. That would suck. All right, so at tackle, we got 4 guys, very agile. Left guard, right guard. You know, that's not bad. The only thing we'd need to do is just move somebody to center. That's it. So if we move Pepper to right guard. 2 good guards. 2 good guards. Nobody at center. Right tackle, right tackle. Left tackle, left tackle. Okay, so it does make sense to move Noisewater. Low awareness. Let's move old Kenny Noisewater over to center. And then in theory, we can just have a shit backup left tackle. We'll move Vance's couch over for now. At least that way there's 2 players in every spot. And then whoever we manage to recruit. So defensively, can any of you guys play man or zone? No, you cannot. What about any of you? No. And defensive tackles? No. So linebacker, anybody that has at least a 70... in man coverage. I'd like to move the corner for the moment. The problem is we know we brought in so many corners and so many safeties. Def Leppard drummer. You over for the moment. For anybody here who doesn't have at least a 70 in man coverage, that's Succulent Chinese Meal. We can put him pretty much wherever. Put him in safety for the moment. And then the other corners, 84 and 82 speed, 88, 85. I at least want to move these 2 over to see how well they fit this team. It did not let me move him. There we go. That was weird. An omelette de fromage. Can I move you over? All right, so So at least everybody with 70 man coverage that we're aware of. And then anybody that is too damn slow, Jordan Almond, way too slow. Temporarily move you to safety. You know, this glitch does kind of screw things up just a little bit, doesn't it? Just a little bit. Just because of the sheer amount of players that we brought in. That is going to screw things up just a little bit. But nothing I can do about it. So I'd say at corner, we're probably good. You could even argue moving at least one player out to a different position if we needed it. The safeties, we have these 4. How are they at zone? Ugh. I mean, these 2 can stay at zone. These 2 cannot. Oh, without having the full picture here, this is pretty brutal. 85 speed, a little slow for corner. I mean, I don't have anybody else, though. That's the problem. They're literally the fastest guys on the team. I'm well aware it's not ideal, but they are the best players on the team, you know? Nothing I can do about it. I mean, sarcastic, you know? It's just some people are elite, I say. All right. So for safeties this year, we got Brother Me Softly. One of you has to go to linebacker. And it might as well be Succulent Chinese Meal. Like, he is slightly better at zone, but he's worse at man. But then again, he's also faster. Norman the Mormon, congratulations. You are going to the linebacker core that I can't even get the full picture of right now. And we'll move Jordan Almond over to strong safety. This glitch does kind of suck, doesn't it? I thought, maybe it won't be that bad to deal with it. No, it's kind of bad. It's kind of bad. All right, to be honest, our linebacker core is what scares me the most. Bunch of big boy defensive tackles, and that's fine. The weight cut off. All these guys are at least 300 pounds as well. Beefy, beefy boys. Anybody here? John Montgomery loves Guelph. Just because you're somewhat mobile, we need to move you to linebacker for the moment. Slab O'Meat also has some sense of footwork. At least lives us a couple of guys. I know I brought in a lot of linebackers, but again, I can't see how good they are. 61 zone, 60, 75. Okay, so UFO, go figure. We'll be playing middle linebacker as he'll hover around. And time was at a 60, 60, and a 61. All right, we'll move Douchebag to Kentucky to middle linebacker. If I had to guess, we're switching to a permanent 4-3 for this upcoming season, because otherwise it's not looking too good. This linebacker core especially might really, really struggle. So, we got the 5 QBs, 5 running backs. We know we have a fullback. Plenty of wideouts. We're going to be good at tight end. 2 in each O-line position, bare minimum. Defensive end. Let's swap Wyndham Wyatt to the left to have these 2 80s compete with one another, and we'll move Dinkelberg over to the other side, where the put athletes in non-optimal position. There's a chance, yeah. There is a chance. Honestly, that works. Yeah, we'll move Mikhail Boltshort to the other side again, just to try to balance it out well. Defensive tackles, we have a lot of talent in that position. 2-3-2. We got our corners, 2 safeties each. I mean, bare minimum, we can field a team. Now it just depends on what the off-season improvement looks like, where it puts these freshmen, and how that's going to look. And hopefully this is the only off-season that we will have to deal with this. Let's take a look at these training camp results. Sure about that, Scott? You sure about that? I thought all the Toronto Blue Jays were terrible. That's all Blue Jays fans have told me all year long is how bad they are. Doofenshmirtz showing up at a 75. Action Jackson at a 71. Distraction Jackson at a 69. Man, we might have to go... I mean, Doofenshmirtz might have to be the guy again. He wasn't that bad. At running back. Yes, there we go. He was, what, a 50, 60-something wideout? A million bugs. Jumps to being an 81 overall running back. That is huge. And all of a sudden, our running back game actually looks pretty good. But out of nowhere, a million bugs skyrockets in overall. Love to see it. Wideouts. Quindarius Setaguchi goes from being like third, fourth best running back to the top wideout. Alongside Brightside, Florida Man. We have developed some offensive weapons again. And a tight end, James Lang, for his senior year. Not the best depth aside from that. Left tackle. Bugs is 69. Maybe he was? I thought he was lower. Whatever, though. He's still skyrocketing overall. Meat and Skeet at an 83. Vance's Couch went up to a 72. Technically a 74. 2 strong left guards. 2 decent centers. Looking great at right guard. And looking solid at right tackle. Offensively, this is going to be the best we've been on paper in a couple of seasons. Defensively, not a bad start on the line. It gets better with Zed Leplin. Defensive tackle, looking pretty strong. Linebacker, yuck your yums, at least decent. So our linebacking core is going to be pretty weak. That's the big weakness of the team. Because the D-line's solid. The secondary is going to be really solid on paper. You know, safeties aren't the best, but they're not the worst. And our special teams will be okay. Aside from a relatively weak linebacker core that actually looks pretty solid. Shout out to Galeno. 56 months on the prime. Galeno, thank you very much for that. How the heck are you? Thank you for supporting my face as we have to get rid of 10 people. Now we have the 2 freshman quarterbacks that we brought in. So I hate to say it, but the obvious cut is Distraction Jackson. Like, even though he has the physicals. Because of these 2 QBs, I think it makes sense to get rid of Distraction. It's only 1 point better than Shuttlesworth, so we will say goodbye to Distraction Jackson. There's an argument to get rid of both Jacksons. You're not wrong. Running back. We brought in Silas. We can't cut him. There's nobody I immediately want to cut there. We have our 1 fullback. Wideout. You can make an argument for Carr or Heidenreich, even the junior at a time, but we can keep him for another season. Shout out to King Nesta for the gifted, by the way.
Taste the biscuit.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Goodness of the biscuit.
Of course, you caught me as I'm trying to figure out what the hell this team's going to look like. The right guard, Quan Horn. He was the only O-lineman that we brought in. Defensive line. Again, we went after 1 stars at the very start. That was a rare instance where that was temporarily necessary. A lot of defensive tackles, obviously. Defensive end. Linebacker. Nicewanger's a 58. There's all the linebackers. Holy shit. I found them. There's all the linebackers that we brought in that I couldn't resort. Holy shit. How many corners? Beautiful. So many corners. And then so many safeties. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Give us some good defensive options. So there was only one obvious cut so far. That was at quarterback. I do want to keep Sir Action as a backup. I do. I know Jesus Shuttlesworth could be a decent backup, but... what's the throw power for Shuttlesworth? Went right past it again, didn't I? Not. Tackle, deep throw accuracy. Why are the accuracies here, but the power isn't? There it is. I think they rechanged the order of that. He actually has much better throw power. But apparently he has 11 throw accuracy? Used by that attribute, but okay. I'm a soccer goalie? No, congratulations. Can we cut the freshman? Nope. PHA is an accurate stat. Clearly. Clearly. Oh, shit. Okay. Don't want to get rid of any weapons there. Heidenreich and Carr. They're just not going to play this year at all, aside from special teams. Crash D. Carr and Heidenreich. I need you both to go. There's going to be nobody to cut on the O-line. Defensive tackle. I mean, dude, we got a freshman and sophomore here that are better than this junior in Bruton Gaster. I mean, Gaster's always going to be third choice at best, so we might as well just move on. And then old Raybork is a 70 as well. Linebackers, we're not going to have the depth to cut anybody, at least at the moment. Although, technically, douchebag from Kentucky. 60 overall senior. But then again, our linebacker depth, because of the amount of these guys that we're going to sit, isn't great. Same at corner. God, I still got to get rid of 6 people. Still got to get rid of 6 people. And again, I would have a better idea. This wouldn't be as difficult if it wasn't for the glitch with the freshman right now. This would be a hell of a lot easier. Yeah, Sir Action Jackson's gonna go just to make it easy. Running back wise, I mean, Fries isn't that bad. Last body as the second choice. Ouya as a third choice this year isn't the worst, but obviously Fries is going to probably be as good as Blast Body is next year. I really don't want to cut any wideouts because we're obviously going to need a couple of wideouts. It should allow me to cut a tight end, but it technically won't. Kinda sucks. Dinkelberg is a senior who is going to be third string. I gotta be honest, I think Dinkelberg, based on the depth that we have, Dinkelberg's gotta go. And then back to defensive tackle. There's really nobody I want to cut here. I mean, you could argue these two, because when the hell are they ever gonna play? But also, I mean, we could move them to defensive end in the future if we needed the help there, but I don't know when these two are ever going to play. They're always going to be behind Bork and Spleen, not to mention. Yeah. Thad Castle is my dad, trademark, and Not So Tall Jones both have to go. And we still got to cut 2 players. We will get rid of Douchebag from Kentucky. And we'll also get rid of Yam Time. And that'll bring it down to 85, so we're making it work as best we can. Of course, we have to do the conference changes here as well before we can get to the rest of the fun stuff. That glitch, You can navigate around it. It's definitely not ideal. I think that's pretty straightforward. Up from independent status last year, the University of Louisiana Monroe will take the spot of Temple University. And we have the Charlotte 49ers down for Eastern Michigan, who are right back into Conference USA. So welcome back after 1 year away, Eastern Michigan. What's the glitch? Basically, it just doesn't show you any freshmen or any of your new recruits. It will not show you on the position change menu right now. They said they're aware of it. They're working on a hot fix, but it's not out right now. So I will say the conspiracy theorist in me is raising a couple red flags that Dynasty suddenly has some bad bugs the week's Madden's come out. You know, take a break from this, go play Madden for a little bit until they fix this. That's a solid theory. Solid theory. The Troy Trojans have been promoted as champions. They will be replacing Louisiana Tech. So that is what Conference USA looks like heading into next season. These are the teams that we have to outduel to try and get that mother fargan promotion. Let's see, Hawaii promoted as champions to the Sun Belt. They'll take over for San Jose State. A lot of people got the double tag. Yeah, it was a pretty fine deal. You know why they did that too? You know why they put college football and Madden in a double pack, right? Because this is a big year for the license renewal for EA and the NFL. So it makes a hell of a lot of sense. Cash in on the hype of this game. Inflate the Madden sales. All of a sudden, maybe the NFL goes, we'll stick with them. Very shrewd. Sneaky. Shrewd and sneaky by EA. I'll give them that. It was smart. It was crafty. That's probably why college football came out this year. I'm not insinuating that, brother. I'm not insinuating that. It might make sense. I mean, I'm not saying things that sound like they could be true to that extent likely end up being true. I would never say that, hey, as far as conspiracies go, that one's got a pretty solid skew to it, you know? Muted, what's going on, man? Let's see, Michigan State for San Antonio. Of course, we got to get all of these updates in for our godforsaken 70th season in this conference, it feels like. Louisiana going up. Muted. I'm doing good. No complaints. How's your face? I know you said you're doing okay, but how your face is doing, that could be an entirely different answer. We sure are, buddy. We sure are. Let's see, USC getting the promotion. Up the ACC for the Baylor Bears. Let me make all these changes really quickly so we don't screw anything up. Texas Tech were promoted to the Big 12 for the Louisville Cardinals. And of course, we'll be getting into renamings here in a moment, schedule making, and we'll see what kind of nightmare season we have. ASU going up for Notre Dame, down to the 3rd tier. Notre Dame. More like Notre Dame, you're fucking struggling. Anyway. And then the Florida Gators go into the SEC or the California Golden Bears. So that is the top tier. Heading into this next season, seen a fair amount of movement, but there is also a lot of programs that have not budged from that top spot. Boy, bring on the next season. Bring it on.